everyone, my name is Nikita and I'm from the Bodhi Academy. In the last video, we were doing the chapter number 8 from 9th standard science textbook, that is chapter motion, and we studied different concepts such as speed, velocity and the distance covered and different types of motions. Today we are going to see the graphical representation of these concepts. Okay. Now, when we talk about graphical representation of motion, we first need to know why are these graphs more important and why are these graphs more considered. This is because graphs provide a convenient method to present basic information about a variety of events. Okay, so whatever event it is, if you represent it using a graphical method or a graph, then you get all things in one go. Okay, for example, in the telecast of a one-day cricket match, vertical bar graphs show the run rate of a team in each over. As you have studied in mathematics, a straight line graph helps in solving a linear equation having two variables. Okay, similarly, to describe motions of an object, we can use line graphs. In this case, line graphs show dependence of one physical quantity such as distance or velocity on another quantity such as time. Okay, so there is dependency of one variable on the other. Okay, dependence of one physical quantity such as distance or velocity on other quantities such as time. So today we are going to see two types of graphs. One is the distance time graph and the second one is the velocity time graphs. Now among this there are two variations. Okay, so first we'll see the distance time graph. Now when we are talking about the distance time graph, there are two variables over here. One is the distance and one is the time, and what it is showing is the motion. Okay, we know that motion is how much distance it is covered, an object is covering in that particular time. So that is given by the distance time graph. Okay, so over here we can see this is the graph. The change in the position of an object with time can be represented on the distance time graph adopting a convenient scale of choice. In this graph, the time is taken on the x-axis and distance in kilometers is taken on the y-axis. Okay. Now, distance time graphs can be employed under various conditions when the object is moving with uniform speed, also with non-uniform speed, or remain at rest. So first we will talk about uniform motion graph. Okay, when the object is in uniform speed and uniform motion. Okay, now when we are considering distance and time, we know that speed is distance covered in that particular time. So this graph will help us to calculate the speed of the object. Okay, so now this graph is of a uniform motion. Now how do we know that this graph represents a uniform motion? Because this is a linear graph. Okay, this is a linear graph. It is a straight line graph. Okay, over here we can see that the distance covered is uniform. Okay, we know that there are two types of motions, right? Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. In uniform motion, the distance covered is equal distance covered in equal intervals of time. So over here also we can see that the distance covered is equal. First it is around 8, then around 18, then around 28. Okay, so equal distance covered in equal intervals of time. This will give us a straight line graph. Let's take an example over here. Okay, at first it is at rest, so both the variables will be 0. Now if suppose it is covering 2 kilometers in 1 hour, 4 kilometers in 2 hours, 6 kilometers in 3 hours. So let's make a graph of this now. This is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. Time is taken on the x-axis. Okay, now time is 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the okay. So now let's plot the graph. For 0 it is 0, so first point is over here. Okay, next point, for 2 kilometers distance time is 1 hour. 2 kilometers distance time is 1 hour. Okay, then 4 kilometers distance time is 2 hours. Then 6 kilometer, we know that it is 3 hours. Okay, now we'll join these points. I'm doing it freehand, but you need to use the ruler and pencil to draw the graph. Okay, so over here we can say that this is giving a straight line graph. Okay, and this is representing uniform speed. Okay, now we know that this graph will tell us the speed because the variables are distance and time. Okay, so there is a formula which we have to use for this graphical method to find the speed. Okay, what you have to do is we have to consider 2 points on the x-axis and 2 points on the y-axis. For example, I will consider these 2 points now. Okay, so this will be my t1, time 1 and time 2. Then of these 2 points are for distance are these 2 points. So this will be my s1 and s2 for distance. Okay, so the formula is again distance upon time. This will be v is equals to s2 minus s1 upon t2 minus t1. Okay, now what is s2 minus s1? 6 kilometers minus 4 kilometers, and t2 minus t1 is 3 minus 2. So this will be 2 upon 1. This is 2 kilometer per hour is the speed of the object. Okay, the speed of the object is 2 kilometer per hour using this method. So this is how you find the speed of the object in uniform motion. Okay, using the graphical method. Now the second type of graph in this concept in distance time graph is when the speed is non-uniform. Okay, or non-uniform motion. Now we will consider these values. 0, 0, time is in seconds, 2 hours. Okay, then distance is in meters. Okay, that is 1 meter, it covers in 2 seconds. Then 4 seconds, it covers 4 meters. 6 seconds it covers 9 meters. So this is not uniform. This distance is covered are non-uniform, okay, unequal distances. So in this case, this is the graph plotted by this of this table. Here we can say that this is not a straight line graph, okay, this is not a straight line graph. This graph is a non-linear graph, okay. Same way you have to plot, but when you join all the points you will not get a straight line. So for non-uniform motion you get the non-linear variation of the graph. The nature of this graph shows a non-linear variation of the distance traveled by the car with time, okay. So for uniform motion you get a straight line graph, and for non-uniform speed you will get a non-linear graph. Now the next is velocity time graph. In this, the variation in velocity with time for an object moving in a straight line can be represented by a velocity time graph. Now what is change in velocity? Change in velocity is acceleration, okay, how much velocity is changing in that particular time gives you the acceleration. So when you will plot these two variables, that is velocity and time, in the graph, what are you measuring is the acceleration. When you were considering distance and time, what you were measuring is the speed. Now you are considering velocity and time, so what you are measuring is the acceleration, okay. So first is when the velocity time graph for uniform motion of a car or uniform acceleration, okay. So in this case we will see that at 40 velocity, okay, at 40 kilometer per hour, okay, the time interval is changing, right, okay. So in this case this is a uniform acceleration, okay. Uniform acceleration means the acceleration is same for different intervals of time, okay, for same intervals of time. At after 1 hour, another 1 hour, another 1 hour, the acceleration is the same, the velocity change is the same, that is 40 kilometer per hour. So in this case you will get this kind of graph, and when you get this kind of graph we have a formula which will help us to find out the acceleration. This formula is nothing but you have to consider 2 points, okay. You have to consider 2 points on the x-axis and 2 points on the y-axis, okay, and cover a distance. So name that figure as A, B, C, D and find out the area of that figure, okay. Area of A, B, C, D, this will be T2 minus T1, okay. This is T2 minus T1 okay. This is AC into CD, AC into CD. We know that AC, okay, so this will be length into breadth, right? So AC into CD. We know that the value of AC is 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, and CD is T2 minus T1. Okay, so this will give us the area of the triangle, that is 40 into T2 minus T1 kilometer per hour. This will give us the acceleration, the final value of the acceleration using this velocity time graph, okay. So this was when it is a uniform motion of a car, means wherein the velocity is only 40 kilometer per hour at different intervals. Now we will see the velocity time graph moving with acceleration. Okay, now when is acceleration produced? Over here velocity was not changing. Okay, velocity was remaining the same, so there is no acceleration over here. There is, the velocity remains the same at this time. Okay, now comes into picture the acceleration. Acceleration is when the velocity is changing. So when velocity is changing, that is equal change in velocity, okay, there we call the uniform acceleration. Okay, uniform acceleration, you can see this table over here. For 5 minutes the velocity is 2.5, for 10 it is 5.0, for 15 it is 7.5. so the velocity change is uniform. So this is the example of a uniform acceleration, and when we consider uniform acceleration we will get this type of a graph if we plot it. So again you want to find the acceleration over here because you have velocity and time, and there is change in velocity over here. So in this case you have to cover one area. Okay, you have to cover one area, and this area is a trapezium. Okay, so you can see that this area can be divided into two parts. One is a triangle and one is a rectangle. Okay, so it will be, first of all find the area of AED, of triangle AED, which is half into base into height. Okay, so half into base is AD and height is ED. So now you have to find the area of rectangle ABCD. Which is AB into BC. And then add all this. So finally the acceleration will be AB into BC plus half into AD into ED. Okay, and when you substitute all the values from the graph you will get the final acceleration value. So velocity time graph helps us to identify the acceleration. Okay, now when the acceleration is decreasing, okay, when the acceleration is in decreasing form, it will be, the graph will be in a slopy form. Okay, and when the acceleration is non-uniform, okay, this will be the nature of the graph. Okay, so today we saw the different types of graphs for distance, time to find the speed, and the different types of graphs for velocity, time to find the acceleration, and the nature of acceleration. So in the next video we will be studying more concepts on motions, and we will see how to find the distance, speed, and the velocity and acceleration using different equations of motions and formulas. So yes, thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.